Welcome to the first edition of the Snarky Tuesday trainings. You guys ready? So our trainings are going to help you with the Posh's big monthly award incentive that is going on right now. And everything that we are going to be doing over the course of the week is going to support any information that you learn from this video. So between myself and the leaders on our team, we are going to support this training with things that we do personally in our own businesses to generate personal volume. So our first goal for the week is to get $250 in sales in the first week. And everything that you do here in this video is replicatable every single week throughout the month. It's extremely important that you have systems in place in your business to do every single week that you can repeat. So anything that you do in Posh is system-based and needs to be replicatable. Those are two really important phrases that you should really become familiar with. Everything that you do with your business really has a system attached to it. If you really look hard at every single action that you do for your business, there can be and there is a system involved in getting to the end result. So what we're talking about right now is the end result is personal volume. So what we are doing is trying to target everyone to qualify with $250 in personal volume by the end of the week instead of $200. Because if you have $250 in personal volume every week for the month of April, you'll have $1,000 in PV by the end of the month, and you can work on getting your 3 recruits to earn the monthly award for over the course of the entire month. So if you watched my live video on Monday about systems, have a better idea of what I'm talking about, and that may be another training that we go into depth another day. But for right now, we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of things that you can do this week to generate income. So there are 3 things that you can do off the top of my head that I feel like are the best things that you can do to get fairly quick orders. A party, a bulk order, and follow-up. So because it is the first week and it is kind of crunch time, you can reach out to local local customers or friends and family that are close to you, where you can hand deliver samples to start a party today or tomorrow. Reach out to people. Talk to them that you have a big goal that you're working towards this month. People like to help. They really do. They honestly and genuinely like to help people reach goals. There's some kind of psychological factor in it, but people really do like to help other people achieve goals. And if you're very candid with them, and obviously sprinkle in the fact that they'll be earning free Posh and getting perks and trying new samples, it'll be very difficult for them to say no to hosting a party. So reach out, pick 5 people from your customer list and talk to them today about starting a party this week as soon as possible. The next thing is a bulk order. You can post in your VIP group that you have a bulk order going in at the end of the week, and if anyone has 1 or 2 things that they would like to purchase, if they don't want to spend $5.99 on shipping, you'd be happy to add their product or products to your bulk order, and if they are local, you can deliver it to them for free, or you can ship it to them at a cheaper rate for shipping, because generally speaking, if they're ordering 1 or 2 things, the weight of the products is generally a lot less than $5.99 shipping. So you can do it that way also. It's always good to offer a bulk order at least once a month for your VIPs. It really is, because there's a lot of times that people really only need one or two things, and because they only need one or two things, they end up not ordering at all because they don't want to pay the $6 in shipping. So for you, by you providing customer service and offering that to them, you're more likely to get repeat orders from them in the future. So definitely consider bulk orders at least once a month. Sometimes I do them twice a month, depending on what time of year it is. It is Mother's Day coming. Easter is April 16th. You can do a bulk order now and probably get the products in time for local people for you to deliver to them. So keep that in mind. We can talk about subscription boxes. That's another really great way to generate income fairly quickly. There is a training by Tara in Posh Divas on Facebook, and she did a live training about that. So definitely check that out if you have not decided whether you wanted to get into the subscription box mystery bag, kind of thing with your VIPs. But there's a great way to generate income, and you don't have to spend anything up front to set it up. You can set it up to see if there's any interest and, go from there, see what happens. So the big thing to talk about is follow-up. And it's extremely, extremely important. And I have a lot of notes because this is how I run my business. 80% of sales made come from the 5th to the 12th point of contact. So that means if you are sending out samples to your customers and not following up with them at all, you are basically putting a $5 bill in a bubble mailer and mailing it to your customers. It is a complete waste of money. It is a complete waste of time. It is a complete waste of supplies. You might as well stop. If you are not following up on those samples, on those orders, on your stock orders, on any of that stuff, you are wasting your money and you are actually hurting your business because you're spending money and not replenishing it with getting orders. So the same applies for samples and orders, okay? Fortune is in the follow-up. You guys hear all the time in Posh. It's cheesy, but it is so, 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 so true. You have to have a system in place when it comes to this. If you don't have one, you need to find one that works for you. What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for everyone else. Lots of people like to use Excel. A lot of people like to keep track on their phones. And then there's people like me who have to write it down. I have to have things written down by myself for it to sink into my brain. So I have notebooks and pens and tons of color pens to color coordinate things and make notes and this, that, and the other thing. So when I send samples in my notebook, I start the month, write the month, and then this is what I write. I write the customer's name, their address, what I sent them, and this is important for the future when you're sending samples again, so you know what you sent them already, the date that I mailed it, and I also jot down how much the postage was. And if you're using PayPal, you'll be able to track the package yourself, or if you go to the post office and mail the samples yourself, generally wait about 5 days and then reach out through Facebook if you don't see an order come through. Basically, all you're doing is checking in on the package. That's all you're doing. You're not being spammy, you're not being strange and weird, you're not being pushy, pushing for a sale. So here's kind of the verbiage that I do. Hey Stephanie, just checking in to make sure that you got your samples, if you had a chance to try them. Let me know. I'd love to hear what you think. If you haven't gotten them, please let me know so I can check in on that and let you know when they should be arriving. If she responds. Response back. Okay, so there's a training video in the group about watching your balls. This is really important, and this goes along with how to do this. When you're having a conversation about follow-up, whether it be samples or an order, you want to bounce back and forth short sentences in the conversation, and yours, when you throw your comment over the net, it needs to end with a question. It needs to force them to answer to throw the ball back to you. Okay? So back and forth, but anytime you talk, end with a question. How did you like your cackle Oh, I'm so glad to hear you got your package. That's so great. How did you like the cackle speckle that I sent? It's my favorite mask. Let me know what you think. Response. Oh, I really loved the cackle speckle. It did really amazing things for my skin. It felt so great. Thank you so much for sending those samples. Oh, you're so very welcome. I'm so glad that you liked it. What did you like about it? What did it do for your skin? I'm really curious to know because our masks do so many different things for different people. I'd love to hear feedback from you about what it did for your skin. Volley the ball over. And then she'll respond back what it did for her. Oh, I love that. That's so great. I have not heard that happens to people before. Or if there's an issue that happens, you can resolve it. I had redness, it kind of tingled. You can, do some mask education, whatever. Resolve any issues or concerns if that is what gets volleyed back to you. I'm so glad to hear that you love to cackle spackle. I'm placing an order at the end of the week. Would you like me to add one to my bulk order for you when I place that order? Because you live nearby, I can just drop it by and there will be no charge for shipping for you. Are you interested? Volley over. Oh, that would be great. How much does it cost? And then you let her know. $19 plus tax and shipping, or $19 plus tax, and because you live nearby, it'll be free shipping. Or if she doesn't live nearby, you can tell her. If it's just one product, it's going to be $3 for shipping, up to a certain weight. I always charge shipping if I'm mailing it out, but I always offer a discounted rate based on weight. I have a scale and I ship from home and I put my stuff right in the mailbox. So I can calculate how much the shipping will actually be when they ask. If she says no, I think I'll pass for right now. I don't really have a lot of money to order anything, but I really appreciate the sample and I really did love the product. Fly back to you. Okay, no problem. I generally do bulk orders a couple of times a month. If the next time I have a bulk order, can I reach out and contact you to see if you'd be interested in ordering again? Fly back over. Oh, that would be great. Yes, please, thank you. Do that. And then you go back to your notes where you wrote down what you had initially sent your customer and write, contact Stephanie next time bulk order goes in about cackle spackle, and put a date and force yourself to have another bulk order at a certain time of the month. If she says no, I'm going to pass for now. I don't really have the money to be spending on this kind of stuff right now. Really appreciate the samples though. Probably back to you. Okay, no problem. Not a big deal. If you ever have any questions, please let me know, and I really appreciate your feedback about the product. And you can kind of end it at that. And at that point, then you write in your notes next to the information that you had initially jotted down. No, do not contact about, further orders at this point. She said no, not right now. She did not say no forever. Okay, so at this point, if I have a customer that says no, don't contact me next time you have a bulk order. I wait 2 or 3 months and then I reach out again. This is the most effective way to follow up with a person. You can do it with text, you can do it with Facebook Messenger, which is the most effective way to do it. You can start with email if you're really nervous. Email is not dead. I don't care what anybody says, it's not dead. But you're not going to get as personal of contact with the people you are talking to if you aren't using Facebook Messenger or text. So, my action item for you for the week is to go back through your order history and your contact list in your virtual office. Go back to November. November was a really big month. People were buying for Christmas. They were buying Christmas gifts. There were tons of deals. You don't know if people were buying gifts or for themselves. Go back through your order history and put November in, and it will pull up all the November orders that you had, and look at all those people. How many of those people on that list have not ordered since then? Reach out to them. Ask them how they're, oh, I saw that you placed a rather large order in November, and I'm hoping everything was okay with the order. I hope that if you gave them as gifts that they were really well received, and if you did have a chance to purchase something to pamper yourself, I'd love to hear what you're using, and if you need a refill, I have a bulk order going in. Or we have a brand new catalog now. I don't know if you know that. If you'd like to check it out, and if you have any questions, let me know. Here's my website, and you can do it that way too. That it's really, really, really important to reach out to past people that you haven't heard from in a really long time. Generally speaking, if they placed a sizable order, you probably will get another order from them, if not a sample request. And then you can have, mail out sample packs, and then repeat. After 5 days, follow up with them, see how they like the samples. If they hadn't tried the samples, it's a way for them you're kind of prodding them to try the samples. And if they haven't tried the samples, you can say, well, I'd love to hear what you think. I love feedback about the products. It's really important to me, and it's important to my customers, and I love to share what other people's experiences are. So, is it okay if I check back in a couple of days to see if you've tried the products? There's so many ways to do follow-ups, but just make sure that you're always ending your sentences with a question so that they're forced to answer you back. So you're forcing a conversation back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and this is developing a relationship. And by developing relationships with your customers, you're going to generate a lot more personal volume than you actually think. Okay, ladies, I hope this was helpful. I want you guys to pick 5 people from your order history that you have not heard from since November. And I want you to reach out to them this week. Okay? And see what happens. Have a great day.